Shalom, shalom, shalom. Testing, testing, testing. Just making sure that the stream is A-OK through the spirit. Let's see that right quick. Bear with me a second, brothers. Bear with us a second. Let's see. All right, we good. We good. All right, shalom. To start this lesson, we want to begin by giving our praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, L'chak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutation to sincere brothers pushing the truth and all true sincerity, throughout the four corners of earth diligently. And also shalom to a few sisters that listen and believe as well. Shalom to you all. With a man from the Great Millstone Miami camp, I'm the brother of War, and I got the brother Rawai Shapar with me. All right. We come back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Bashim Shai to edify the elect, our fellow brothers, Lord, when we be a party elect, and also to edify the rest of the believers out there as well. And what we want to go into in this lesson is, as you can see by the title, all right, this is a message for us young brothers, episode 111. All right, and the title of the episode is "Don't Be Afraid to Talk to Somebody." All right, I'm gonna read it again. Don't be afraid to talk to somebody. And this is for you brothers coming into this faith, man. All right, you young brothers just coming in. All right, we understand what the scriptures say in the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2. All right, Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 2. All right, starting at verse 1. All right, you come to serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation. We understand the scriptures say that. We understand that the scriptures say in the book of First Thessalonians chapter 3, where it talks about these afflictions which we are appointed unto. We also understand what the scriptures say in the book of First Peter chapter 4 and I believe verse 12, where it goes into think it not strange the fiery trials which are to try you. All right, we get it when we come into this truth, man. That's why I start with our apostles on down. You often hear brothers say it as well. Hey, nobody said this walk and this thing of ours was going to be easy. You're going to go through affliction, tribulation, hardship, hell. All right, you're going to go through it. You're going to go through hell, just to sum it up. But when you're going through hell and maybe falling short as well, all right, Satan, demons fucking with you, Satan fucking with you, and so on and so forth. Just going through the trials and tribulations, man. Like the scriptures say in the book of Acts chapter 14, verse 22, through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of heaven. All right, the kingdom of the Most High. So we got to go through it to get to it, man. But when you're going through it, you're going through the hell, all right, you fighting, all right, you're going through it. Hey, just know you can talk to somebody, man. All right, just know you can talk to somebody. Don't just put it off and be like, hey, man, I'll be good in a few days. I can go through it. I'm good. Man, you got people you can talk to. All right, which we have a few scriptures pulled up to back that up, man. We got, scriptures say out of 1,000 have one counselor, which we have. The scriptures also say two is better than one, which we have. We got the scripture where it says in Matthew the 18th chapter, when 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there am I in the midst. Okay. So don't be afraid to talk to somebody. We're here for each other for a reason. Okay. We got to be there for each other. We got to be able to, support one another. Okay. Don't be in that lone wolf spirit. Don't be afraid to talk to somebody about your problems. We're here for each other, man. And once again, this is for the brothers that's just coming into this faith. Because if you've been around for a while, you able to talk to somebody. You should know better. Okay? But if you just coming into this faith, all right, for you young brothers, whether you just came in a couple months ago to this your first year in, second year in, third year in, you're going through hell, you're dealing with a certain demon that you've been trying to fight and shake off. Bro, don't be afraid to talk to brothers, man. And if you ain't going to bring it in front of the whole church, because not every situation or everything is needed to bring in front of the whole church. The scriptures talk about have you one counselor out of 1,000. Find you a brother that you're comfortable with, all right? Now you can tell your problems and what you're going through too, so they can give you comfort. All right.
Right.
This is a part of the truth, man. Being there for one another. What does Scripture say? Let brotherly love continue. That's a part of letting brotherly love continue, man. Okay. You were gonna say something? Now?
Now I was just agreeing with you. You know, hey, you don't wanna try to fight something that is not necessary to fight alone. You know, as the brother was saying, we're a body. Just how your body needs every part for it to run functionally. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you should be with the body, man. Don't be afraid to have that one person that you go to and you speak to and you vent to, because everybody needs that. Everybody needs somebody to talk to, man. You
That's
don't
right.
need to you don't need to be in that lone wolf spirit, man. Because that lone wolf spirit is not gonna do nothing but get you out of here, man. Or let those problems that you're going through get the best of you.
Yep. Cause you hurt. Cause you to be deeper in a hole. Cause you to be deeper in a hole. All right. Because you ain't say nothing. You know. Which let me just start this off. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 5, verse 15. Get right to the point. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small. So right, don't be ignorant of anything be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small. You may think a certain thing is small, like, hey man, it'll blow over or whatever, and then you see a week done, a few days done went by, a few weeks, few months done went by, you know, a few years for certain men. All right, you thought that, man, it would just blow away. The whole time it been piling and piling, and something small become something so great, you know. Then when you finally bring it to the church or to a brother, they be like, damn, why you ain't say nothing? Our brothers may see it on your countenance. Damn, this man fighting. Pull you to the side. Hey, you good, brother? After a few times of a brother hearing that you good, the brother gonna be like, "Hey, man, I know this. I know this for a fact myself." The brother gonna be like, "Hey, what you going through, bro? I don't want to hear you good. What's up with you, man? Look me in the eye." Then Jake start breaking down and shit. I'm going through this. Now you want to vent. Now you want to tell everything. Why you ain't been saying nothing? Now you stand there looking stupid. You let something so small become great, you know, because you ain't check it right at the door. You ain't run to no help or no aid right at the door, you know. So it's very important not to be ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small, man. Okay. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 6. And if you can, could you read Sirach chapter 6 and 6?
Con, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 6, verse 6. It says, be in peace with many, nevertheless have but one counselor of 1,000.
Right. So be in peace with many, nevertheless have but one counselor out of 1,000. So you gotta have that one brother that you close to, that one brother, that two brothers, three brothers. All right, that little tight circles. You got the closest bond with, because not at the end that we all brothers, but it's certain men that you cleave on to more than others. All right, there's certain men you can go to about certain things. All right, there's certain men you can go to about certain things that you may not be able to go to. All right, or may not be able to, or may not feel comfortable going to the whole body. That's why you have that one counselor, the one man that's here to give you advice and build you up and restore you. All right, at your lowest state. You know, and you brothers can read this chapter on your own time. This is a beautiful chapter, but I really just wanted to bring out verse 6. All right, you can read this one out. Ecclesiastes 4. You can start verse 9.
Con, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, verse 9. It says, two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor.
Right. So let's stop there. Let's break that down. Two is better than one. It lets you know out the gate that two is better than one. And it's going to explain later on as well as we continue to keep reading. But let's just break that down once again. 2 is better than 1. You can't do it by yourself, man. You can't. Because they have a good reward for their labor when they work together. The Lord is
Right.
the Lord is pleased when we work together, when we work as a team.
That's
All
right.
right. You don't keep your problems to yourself. You talk to a brother, and a brother's able to give you aid. The Lord is pleased. You done confess your faults. You done confess, I'm falling short here. I'm going through this. All right. I'm going through that. I fall short here. The flesh, Satan fuck with me. Blase, blase, blase. You confessing your fault to your brother. The Lord see that and he's happy with you doing that. Which we're gonna grab in that James 5 later on. You keep reading out.
Sirach, or Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 10, it says, "For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for ye have not another to help him up."
Right. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. And don't we fall in this truth? All right. You don't fall physically. All right. Well, you may fall physically. You may be down on your ass. You broke. Don't got no house. Lost your crib. All right. Don't got no car. You know, the Lord done brought you to a lower state. But even on a mental, all right, dealing with your mind, you may fall. You may be broken. Hey, the brother next to you, he's supposed to lift you up. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he has not another to help him up. He don't got nobody to comfort him, to restore him. Okay? That's why, man, shout out to those brothers that it's certain brothers out here that's by themselves, and they still pushing. That's of the Lord, because that ain't an easy lot, man. It ain't. When you fighting demons, you gotta go through it by yourself.
Yeah, and if I could add on,
And like you could call like a brother from a different camp, he could give you comfort, but it's always good to have someone that's close to you right there, someone in your camp you can hit up, someone that you have chemistry with, which once again you can have chemistry with a brother in a different camp, which you'll hear certain brothers, they'll start out by themselves, but they'll be in contact with certain men, and those certain men that was in contact with them built them up. Now they camp leaders, now they leading camps. Now they can build up other men, Go ahead with your point, brother.
now I was gonna say, when scripture say 2 is better than 1, and also when it says one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him that's by himself, roughly paraphrasing, how are you supposed to exhort yourself? It's easier for somebody there to be with you and exhort you and to build you up than you do it by yourself.
Right.
Because there's like the brother Ramak in our camp likes to say, it gets bloody in the mind, man. It gets bloody in the mind, and sometimes, hey, you need somebody to talk to. You need an outlet. You need a brother. You need somebody. Whoever you could go to and speak to, whatever brother that you feel comfortable venting to and speaking to. Hey, it's necessary, man.
Right.
Because we've seen examples of brothers. Well, I'm not even gonna say brothers because they're not here no more. Of individuals who didn't want to use the body, who didn't want to receive help, who wanted to handle things on their own and wanted to be this lone wolf macho man. And those individuals aren't here anymore.
Nope. They ain't. Now, hey man, keep reading out. I ain't gonna say anything. I was gonna say something, but let me just hold my peace. You got it whenever you're ready. Verse 11.
Verse 11, again, if two lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone?
Right. How you gonna be warm alone? You got two that together. Y'all can, cuddle up or whatever. Keep each other warm. Keep going.
Verse 12, it says, and if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him, and a threefold cord is not broken quickly.
That's right. So like I said, and if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him, And a 3-4 chord is not quickly broken, showing you that yeah, 2 is better than 1, but hey, 3 is better than 2. So basically, the more the merrier. Basically,
That's right.
the more the merrier. That's what the Lord's for, man. Yahweh Shai said, a new commandment I give unto you, that you love one another as I have loved you. You know, when Yahweh Shai, even when Yahweh Shai was fighting his demons, and he had his low moments, he was around his men. He wasn't in that lone wolf spirit. All right, Yahweh Shai's final seconds and minutes. All right, for the lack of better words. All right, he was with certain men. They fell asleep. He said, "Damn, you couldn't just stay up with me. You couldn't stay up with me. I'm going through hell right now. I'm about to die." You know, but you understand, Yahweh Shai had to go through that by himself. You know, in certain situations, yeah, you're gonna need to go through it by yourself. But hey, there's nothing wrong with still going to the body about it. So brothers can pray for you, so brothers can give you advice. You may still need to go through it by yourself, but shit, go talk to somebody. They can pray for you. They can give you advice to be able to go. They can give you advice so you can be able to go through this by yourself with confidence, with some sort of knowledge. Okay, we got it up. Matthew 18 and 20, Buckshaw.
Con, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 20. It says, "For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them."
Right, so this is Yahweh Shai speaking. When 2 or 3 are gathered in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, there is Yahweh Shai. There's the angels, and they're listening, and they're also blessing brothers. All right, pouring out the Spirit upon us. You may be talking, you may be going through some shit, and you call a brother, y'all start chopping it up, and the brother just say one thing, and now your spirit are lifted. Now you got a video title. Now you apt to read. Now you meditate on the kingdom, and some more ish. Excuse my language, but that's how it gets. But you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know that if you weren't. You wouldn't know that. If you weren't in that lone wolf spirit, in the spirit of, man, I'm too afraid, anxiety. I don't want to tell nobody. I'm scared. You don't need to tell everybody. That's the comfort as well. Pull your brother to the side. Okay? Everybody should have that one brother, those 2 brothers, those 3 brothers, those 4 brothers, those 5 brothers that you can talk to about what you're going through. Ain't that serious, man. The world make it seem like you gotta be in a vibration and trust nobody. You got men you can trust here, man. Okay? And for the brothers when other brothers are bringing you their information, okay, and you know it's something dear to them. Hey man, it's good to say, man, you're supposed to die with that man's secret. And a man come talk to you, man, I'm going through this and that, and the third, man. Hey, I don't tell nobody, but I'm going through it, man. This stay between us. Well, what he told you is supposed to die with you and him. It's supposed to die with you, Slaki, I should say. Don't go tell somebody his business, because now later on he ain't gonna ever tell you nothing ever again. Because you want to run it in your mouth. Now you're making it difficult for this man to trust other brothers. The Lord can fuck you up, man. Excuse my language. And this is a message for all of us. I'm talking to myself first and foremost. This is things that we learn this is something that I learned. All right, coming up in this truth year after year, month after month. This is something I learned. This is something that the brother Y has learned. Okay, we're just sharing this information because we have experience, man. I'll read this and we'll close out. James 5 and 13. James 5 and 13. Is any among you afflicted? Let him pray. Is any merry? Let him sing psalms. Is any sick among you? Let him call for the elders of the church and let him pray over him, anointing him with oil in the name of the Lord. Sometimes you may be sick in a sense of spirits on you. And sometimes Jake may actually be sick, physically sick. But Jake want to be macho man. Nigga, you about to die. You better call the elders and put it in the chat or something, bro. Pray over me. Okay? Or you may be sick, you know, demons, you know, trying to plague your mind and shit. Call a brother. Call a few brothers. Ask the brothers to pray for you. Okay? If it gets too bad, you know, says call the elders of the church, man. If the situation getting too bad in the mind, like the brother mentioned, get bloody in there. Call the elders of the church. Put in the chat, brothers, pray for me, Baba Shah. Okay? But we can't forget too, man. Hey, certain things don't need to go all the way up. You got brothers, you got men set up over you for a reason.
That's right. It's an order.
It's an order. Verse 15, and the prayer of faith shall save the sick. So brothers praying for you, you're gonna be saved, you're gonna be good. And the Lord shall raise him up, and if he have committed sins, and if he have committed sins, they shall be forgiven him. Lord gonna have mercy upon you. Verse 16 is the point. Confess your faults one to another, and pray one for another, that ye may be healed. The effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. So, hey man, don't be afraid to tell your brother what you're going through, what you fighting, your shortcomings, the hell. Don't be afraid. Confess your faults. When you fall short, all right, shit, demons fuck with you, you know, you falling short, all right, scared, maybe scared. Confess your faults one to another. Hey, brother, I done fucked up, man. Or I'm fucking up, man. I don't know what I'm doing right now, man. I'm going through all this hell. It's the flesh. I don't know. Confess your faults. All right? And pray for one another. Brother, like, Connor's called to, I'm going to pray for you. Brother, like, hey, pray for me too. I'm going through X, Y, and Z as well. There's no temptation, all right, that's not common to man, like it says in the book of 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. It says, confess your faults one to another and pray one for another, that ye may be healed. So you're going to be healed and the brother going to be healed. That done please the Lord. The effectual, fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. Sometimes you just need to tell sometimes you got to talk to a brother so he can pray for you. Don't you believe the man next to you is a man of God? Don't you believe the Lord dealing with him? You should want that man to fucking pray for you when you're going through hell. Okay? Lord gonna hear that, man. She gonna hear you if you pray too.
No, man.
She gonna hear you if you pray too, man. Lord gonna hear that, brother, and he gonna hear you if you pray too. Don't be afraid to pray for yourself. Okay? So that was the point of this lesson, brothers. This was not meant to be long. I wanted this to be quick to the point as well, man. All right? I just feel through the spirit is a brother, or I believe there's brothers out there that have to hear this message. So Lord, when it reaches you, brothers, that have to hear this message, don't be afraid to talk to somebody. Yeah, we don't grew up in this world. The world done taught us, man, keep your head up high. Don't tell nobody your business. Don't trust nobody. All right? Being on that lone wolf shit. You got pride. You don't want to talk about nothing. Hey, the Lord gonna make you open up in this truth, man. You have many of the scriptures that had to open up. King David and Jonathan. Look how they dealt with each other. Telling each other their problems, all what they going through. And guess what? The Lord was with both of them. They loved surpassing love of women. They loved each other. Hey, the man that's next to you, he love you. We gotta love each other, man. So that means, what does it mean to love one another? Being there for each other, to listen to each other's problems, listen to what each other gotta say, listen to what brothers going through, praying for them. That's love. That's what the Lord loves to see. That's what the love. That's what the Lord loves. That's what the Lord wants to be taking place in the planet Earth right now in these last days. You know. And once again, this message that we're saying is to ourselves first and foremost.
That's
All
right.
right. So that's all I had to say. Anything you want to say or bring out, brother?
Hey, don't be afraid to speak up, bros. Speaking to myself first and foremost.
That's right. Come. So with that, we're going to end up by giving our praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, and salutation to sincere brothers pushing his truth and all true sincerity throughout the four corners of earth diligently. And also, Slaki, and also, shalom to a few sisters that listen and believe as well. Shalom to you all.
Shalom.